Jackman area hunt. I was hoping we'd get a little bit more snow up in the mountains last night, but all we get was a little dusting. Once I get way up, I'll gain a few hundred feet elevation here. I'll get back into the snow we had yesterday. Just a matter of the deer will stay up high enough. I mean, there's some snow down low now, but spent a lot of time looking at the ground, following the track. But we'll see what we can find. If we can find a decent fresh one, we'll go for it. Might not spend a lot of time searching for that monster one. If we find a good, fresh, decent one, might take that, get a little experience. You never know. Might be a big guy, little feet. So, see how things will go. Beautiful morning. Nice and crisp. 25 degrees. Still got another week to go over east. So, see if we can get it done today, though. Alright, I just got in here to this winter road at the base of the mountain I've been hunting. I just came across one track that was made just, I'd say, just after that skiff of snow that we had at the edge of dark last night, because it's in the snow, but I can see where he sunk into the mud a little bit underneath and it froze. So the ground was still pretty wet when he did it. But then just a little bit beyond it, there was another track that came across that was quite a bit bigger, and that one's just snow. It's not cut down into the dirt. So I think it's quite a lot fresher. I don't think it's the buck we've been chasing around in here, but I think I'm gonna go on it and see what it is, see what it pans out. This is the track here. So, let's get after it. It's a little crunchy today, but if it's not too quiet, I may do some grunting as I go to try to cause some confusion, but it's gonna be tough either way, but he's heading in the right direction to get more snow, so let's see what happens. Alright, we went across the grassy meadow type area on the brook. We crossed that, and he made some loops out in this cut. I was able to catch him crossing his track and save quite a bit of time on two loops that I didn't circle back around. Now his track looks to be headed pretty straight up the mountain into the green growth. That's the mountain right up there. Hopefully he went up the mountain a ways before he stopped and bedded down, because he can sit up there and look across to you for quarter of a mile and see me coming like a beacon. It's wicked crunchy. So it's gonna be a tough one, but I'm up for it. We'll see what happens. Well, he didn't go up the mountain, he went right over to the base of it. Came back out, went back across the winter road I was coming in, about half a mile further than where I started the track. I probably should have walked the whole winter road, but lose a lot of time, but I just lost a lot of time in that loop right there. I could have made up if I'd have walked it, but you never know. You never know what to expect with him. All week when I've been tracking, he's been headed over the other side of the mountain into a big cut. So, I had that in my mind that he was headed that way, but this is, I don't think this is the same buck. I think it's just slightly smaller. He just went in there and crisscrossed them cuts trying to cut a doe track. Skirt at the base of that mountain and shot right back across the road. Track is still, but it's not freshened up yet. Now we're headed back down in where I was yesterday, which right now there's snow enough, but isn't it loud? We're gonna follow it as long as we can, see what happens. Headed back down over the hill, see what, maybe he'll come back up. I didn't realize it at the time, but he's taking me right back down through on Tuesday where we lost the track in the wind blowing snow. He freshened up that same scrape there, back there that he scraped and freshened up the other day. He just came by there to roll again. Right here. He didn't freshen that up, he just walked by and smelled it. Well, I went down through that spot where the beds were the other day. There was no sign. I just found out I made a big error. Lost about an hour and a half at least. I kept following that track. I came right back in here on the other side of the winter road. There'd been a spot and a bunch of raspberries. He'd made a big loop in the night and come back and crossed himself up. And I took the wrong track out. I didn't notice the other one. But we're on the fresher side of it now, but we lost a lot of time. So maybe now I'm right back into the base of the mountain again. Maybe he's up on there after all, and I've been down here doing loop-de-loops for no reason. But it's part of learning it all, I guess. Gotta pay a little better attention. Of course, the snow's going away. Not much to work with here. There he is. Headed right up towards the mountain. So, see what he can get us into here before the day's over. Well, followed some more looping around for that buck down that low ground. He wouldn't come out of it. Sun's beating down on that now, down that valley. Snow's going away. Takes too much time to mess with the tracks, so I decided to come up the mountain and see if I could cut a track. Just came down this big, came up this big chute, pretty steep. I was just trying to get up over it to hit this game trail that crisscrosses across the mountain. About halfway up, I hit a fresh track right in this chute. Go along over there. And well, I never expected to see one right through here. I think I'm gonna follow that a long ways. See what it is. Right here, it's on super side hill, so it's hard to tell what shape it is because he's really digging in. So I want to push up here and see if we can make sense of it. Lead us, if I move over it the same way the track is, that's going to bring us right over to that same place where we lost the deer, lost the buck on Wednesday, and we had the buck pull the J-hook on us on Thursday. So we'll head over there and see what's going on. Well, I'd say there's a good chance it was a buck. Got a pretty nice track on it. Just found its bed. Need a bunch of that. Need a bunch of that green moss, ferns and stuff. And then went around both sides of the tree. And, came up and ate some off that tree. And bedded right here. So either way, that freshened the track up, but from if he was bedded right here, I was right down way. This whole cut, I was out there doing loop-de-loops. So, guess he had plenty of chance to see me coming. So we'll keep moving along, see what happens. And here's another bed a little bit further away. Like it's 2 deer here now. I see 2 different sets of tracks. I gotta sort this out because they've been meandering around here. And get moving. Yeah, they definitely. From right here, I could have watched myself all morning long. Going to and fro, back and forth. Didn't stand a chance, even if they was here when I first came in. So it looks like the original track that I found was a doe. She cut up across the ridge. Met a nice sized buck. Looks like they both bedded down there. And then after they both got up, the doe went straight up the ridge, and the buck went back in the direction he came. So I'm on him now. this track's still fairly froze, so they must have bedded there in the night. I don't think it was anything that was this morning. Temperatures wouldn't allow for the track like that, so we're gonna keep pushing on and see where he goes. I don't think it's quite 11 yet, and still got some time. So this buck, they do the funniest things sometimes. He came all the way up through this alleyway down over this little cliff area, all the way up through there. Then he just turns and he comes and follows this higher ridge line that I'm on. Did a big J-hook to look back down his back track. He's not up here now. I'm still a ways behind him, but I'm surprised I haven't found a bed up here. I ain't really figured out what he was doing here yet. Just interesting. Came right through there and then climbed this cliff. Backtracked right beside himself, only about 10 to 15 yards off the track. Just 10 to 15 yards up in the air straight. There's a cliff right here beside me. Crazy creatures. Oh, yeah, no problem. I don't mind being half billy goat. I don't know where this guy's going. Plenty of wide open ridge here. Oh, now it's turning right back down. Steep. Awful steep up here. Well, he's kind of wiggling and ziggling around here. Almost acts like he wants to bed again, but I'll see. Well, that's just about as steep as grounds I can go up with this snow. I was sliding down as much as I was going up. I don't know whatever possessed him. It's hard to tell height and angle. Doesn't look that bad on the camera, but she's steep.